So, Matthew 13:23. As for what was sown on good soil, this is the one who hears the word and understands it. Let me point something out in this phrase, understands it. In other words, he sought to understand it. It doesn't mean he immediately understood it, or it doesn't mean that he's an actual believer, or it doesn't mean a whole bunch of other things that it means. It means that he actually sought for understanding and received understanding. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding.
So this is a different kind of understanding.
This is seeking the Lord's understanding beyond our understanding.
I like that. Kind of like going in with the expectation of receiving or getting something rather than going in with reading something like a book or just this isn't going to work for me. It's the attitude of expectation. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
I like it.
And we have understanding and he has understanding. And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 does not mean, okay, choose between the understandings that you lean on, because our understanding can actually be a tool partnered with what he has for us. Proverbs tells us to get understanding, get knowledge, get wisdom. Okay? So Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 are not contradicting the rest of Proverbs. It's talking about depending on understanding, our understanding, to the exclusion of what he has for us. In other words, utilize all the resources. You have a resource over here that you have neglected that is called the understanding that Father can provide, that it would benefit you if you leaned into it. So, here's the word, whatever it is that the Lord has given. He understands it, and then the crop comes. Some 30, some 60, and some 90. Now, some 30, because going to understand certain things in a 30-fold way, certain things in a 60-fold way, and certain things in a 100-fold way. It doesn't mean you carry shame because you understood at 30, because here's the thing, you understood it, which means you had the good soil. It just means you picked up a little bit less of a crop return than other people, for whatever reason, and there are hundreds of factors that go into that. Can we increase our crop yield? Absolutely. The question is, do you want a net of principles to walk in, or do you want a gross of principles? People ask the question, do you tithe on net, do you tithe on gross? Do you give on net, do you give on gross? And there was a pastor once who had a response, well, do you want a net of God or a gross of God? Like, how many principles do you want to walk in generally speaking? Some of us practice tithing, some of us don't. I'm not a legalist when it comes to tithing. I just am not. But I will say this. Do you want a net of what God has for you, or do you want a gross? Do you want a portion of what God has, or do you want all of what God has for you? Those people that will net the 100 are the people that have decided, you know what, I'm going for maximum unpacking of everything that is available to me, and I'm going to use everything that is available to me. I'm not just going to use the human understanding, I'm going to use the divine understanding, and I'm going to partner everything together. I'm going to take all the resources, and I'm going to run after it. I'm going to learn how to discipline my body. 1 Corinthians 9:27. I beat my body into subjection, lest when I am found preaching the gospel, I be treated as a castaway. I make it my slave. In other words, I put my body in service to the kingdom. I learn how to walk with the principles, and I learn how to accept the nasty situations that come to me. And I learn how to rejoice in those nasty situations. When I get a test or a subject or a meal that I don't like, when I'm dealing with a relationship that I would rather not have to deal with, I receive it with joy. and I do my best to appropriate from it what I can of it. Because if I can be found faithful with that $1 million slice of pecan pie, or cereal and almond milk, or you name it, coleslaw, then he's going to find me faithful, ashwagandha. He's going to find me faithful with things like a long life, or he's going to say, okay, I'll take those assets that you have built up. Here are 10 cities. Excuse me, Lord. Cities? Yeah, to manage, and all the people therein. Spiritual authority in cities. Governmental, political authority in cities. I don't like politics. All politicians are crooks. Well, there are some people who have a birthright for politics, and they were made for it. You're going to automatically curse their office. We have enough issues going on in this world politically, in this nation politically, because people have cursed offices, and they have cursed the people occupying those offices. How about we spend some time cleansing and cleaning and clearing out those offices?
Yes.
And blessing them, and maybe we will attract our best and brightest. I can say, for the last at least 20, 30, 40 years, we have not had our best and brightest running for office. We've had crooks, liars, and scoundrels. Okay? Now, I'm not making a political statement about any one person, because this is an issue with both parties, the major parties that are in power in our national offices. What I'm saying is, we have not done our due diligence in the arena of politics to bless and cleanse the offices, and to see the people that could be running. We have not seen people with character and integrity, in large margins, in surpluses, running. So, it's a matter of 30, 60, and 100 fold. Are we going to hear the word? Are we going to understand it? Are we going to apply it? Are we going to use it? Are we going to take all the principles that are available to us, and are we going to sow, work, bust some sod, plow some fields, strap the cow up to the plows, the tractor up to the plows, and go to work? Do you have anything to add, my dear?
No. No, I think you're good.
Okay. So, gang, this is a quick and dirty coverage of Matthew 13:23, and I want y'all to hear and understand. I want you to bear fruit. I want you to yield, and your fruit not drop before its season, and your leaf not wither or wilt. Psalm 1. I bless y'all with peace and understanding. I bless your spirits with deep understanding in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Be blessed, guys. We love you.